Have you ever felt like your AI assistant is kind of phoning it in, giving you the bare minimum? Well, what if I told you there's a simple trick? I'm talking just a few extra words that can turn those basic answers into absolutely genius level insights. Let's dive in. All right, take a look at these two prompts. On the left, you've got a pretty standard request for some Python code. But on the right, we've added one tiny little phrase. We've given the AI a role to play. And that simple change, well, that's the secret sauce. And just look at the difference in the results. I mean, it's night and day. The code on the left, yeah, it works, but that's about it. The one on the right, though, that is professional-grade, production-ready code. It's got error handling, documentation. It's good to go right out of the box. This incredible jump in quality, that's what we call the persona effect. And it's really the secret to getting past those generic answers and getting truly expert-level output from any AI model you're using.
So what is actually happening here? How can a few extra words make such a massive difference? Let's get into the mechanics of it.
It all comes down to this idea of a persona. Instead of just telling the AI what to do, you're telling it who to be. You're assigning it an identity, and that completely changes the game. Here's a good way to think about it. A generic prompt is kind of like shouting a question into a crowded room. You'll probably get an answer, sure, but who knows from who? A persona prompt, on the other hand, is like walking directly over to the top expert in that room and asking them personally. The quality of that answer is going to be worlds apart. And hey, this isn't just a hunch or a feeling. The results are totally measurable. Research has actually shown that using a really well-defined expert persona can boost domain-specific accuracy by a staggering 40 to 60%. I mean, that is just a huge leap in performance. So how does it actually work? Well, think of the persona as a super powerful filter. It basically tells the AI, hey, ignore all the generic noise in your training data and focus only on the information an expert in this specific field would use. It helps the AI narrow its focus, sharpen its language, and nail the right tone. Now, here's the best part. You do not need to be some kind of prompt engineer to pull this off. Building a powerful persona is surprisingly easy, so let's actually walk through it together right now. It really boils down to 3 simple steps. First, you choose your expert. Are they a coder, a marketing guru, a historian? Second, you give them some skills, some experience. And finally, you set their style. Are they formal, casual, encouraging? It's as simple as that. Because at the end of the day, a great persona is so much more than just a job title. It's a complete identity. It tells the AI who it is, what it knows, and maybe most importantly, how it thinks. And remember, this is not just a trick for coding. The persona technique is a universal tool that can elevate your results in pretty much any field you can imagine, from business strategy to creative writing. Let's try another example. Let's say you ask an AI to analyze why our sales dropped. You're probably going to get a pretty generic textbook answer. But what happens when we ask a senior business analyst with 15 years of experience to do it? I mean, the difference is just incredible. The generic prompt gives you a list of common reasons. The expert persona, though, gives you a structured, executive-ready strategic plan. It's got root cause analysis, actionable recommendations. It's not just information, it's actionable intelligence.
And the applications here are practically endless. You can dream up technical experts for coding, business strategists for your next big plan, creative geniuses for writing, and even patient teachers to help you understand really complex topics. You just have to define the role. Okay, so you see how powerful this persona effect is, right? Now let's talk about how to make sure you are getting the absolute most out of it every single time. We're going to break down the key things that will take your personas from just okay to absolutely amazing. Okay, the big takeaways here are simple but super powerful. First, be specific. Don't just say developer, say senior Python developer with expertise in data science. Next, always add context about the situation. And of course, match the persona to the task at hand. Also, for longer conversations, it helps to gently remind the AI of its role. And most importantly, just experiment. Play around with it and see what works best for you. By mastering this one simple change, you're no longer just giving instructions. You're actually collaborating with an expert that you designed yourself. You're shifting from being a user to being a director. So really, the only question left is, who are you going to create next?